Torrington. I'm Eric Stark.
I'm Crystal Albers.
And I'm Floyd Brandt.
Today is...
You're watching Torrington today. And
on
today,
April 12th.
Yes.
We're a little scatterbrained today. It's one of those weeks.
Yes. We have a new reporter with us this week, Floyd here, and you can check out a new story on him, or an in-depth story next week. I'm going to be interviewing him later today. So Floyd's been around these parts for a while. You lived in Alaska, Montana, Colorado areas. Is that
Yeah,
right?
I was born in Colorado and grew up in Alaska, and I just came off a job in Montana.
Well, he should have some interesting stuff to share, so check out that article. What do we got going in yesterday's paper, or Wednesday's paper, Floyd?
Wednesday's paper, it looks like we have a great story about Creative Blooms, about the Quilting Guild, and a safe place to do some great stuff by Crystal. Great job, Crystal.
Oh, thank you.
And then we have a story on the forecast of the water and irrigation for this year's, and it looks like they're going to be pretty well okay this year, but maybe next year it may be a little tough.
Something to keep your eye on,
Yeah.
for sure.
Exactly.
Well, in tomorrow's paper, or Friday's paper, we have stories about the Lingo Factor Fiction Night. That was a night just kind of to address issues or concerns that residents had about the new proposed community center. And there was a lot of misinformation that was addressed at that meeting, so I think it was helpful for everyone. I had to attend that, and also we'll have a story about Southeast Technology. It's a computer science class, but they're using coding to build websites and apps, and they're trying to just kind of get a head start on those things that are important for careers nowadays. So.
Technology is the new wave.
It is.
Whether you like it or not.
I don't know how it's going to go away, so unless we have a solar flare that destroys all of our electronics. Otherwise, we should be good.
All right, well, if that happens, Crystal jinxed us all, so you can blame her. As far as sports go, we're right in the heart of the spring sports season for all three high schools here in town. In yesterday's paper, you can read about all three local high schools were at the Mitchell Invite last week. It was some pretty stiff competition. A lot of big Nebraska schools were there, so like I said, some stiff competition, but you can read about how all three high school teams did there last week. And also, Torrington girls and boys soccer were in tournaments this past weekend. The boys were in Green River, and the girls were in Warland, and the boys went 2-2 and finished 7th. And in talking with the coach, it was 2-2 is not your ideal record at the end of the weekend, but he said it was a good weekend all around, so you can read about that in yesterday's paper. In tomorrow's paper, you can read about Nick Holmes, a freshman at EWC. He's a freshman basketball player, and he is trying out for the Junior Basketball Association this weekend down in Houston. It's the new basketball league that was founded by LeVar Ball, of the Ball family. I'm sure majority of the world has heard about the Ball family by now, and he'll be trying out for the team down in Houston, so we'll see how that goes. Also in tomorrow's paper, you can read about the Torrington Tigers Legion A baseball team. They had their first practice on Monday, and they're the 3-time state runner-up in Legion baseball.
Wow.
So this year we'll see if they can get over that hump and become the state champion this year. So we'll see how that pans out for them. As far as upcoming events for sports, if you don't know, the weather's looking a little iffy this weekend, but luckily we have some track today for all of you track fans. Down in Burns, there's the Burns Invitational, and then you could actually knock out 2 track meets in one day. That's what I'm hoping to do here right after this video, actually, is head down to Burns for the Burns Invite, and then head over to Cheyenne East for the Okie Blanchard Invitational. And if you go to both those, you'll catch all 3 high schools again, so kind of knock out 3 birds with 1 stone, I guess.
How's the weather going to affect that, do you think, Eric?
Today, we're looking pretty good, except for the wind. Some of the jumping might be a little off, but today we're looking at 71. I'm definitely going to put on some sunscreen, or else I'm going to look like a lobster next week. But like I said, today's 71. Tomorrow, good thing we aren't going to track meets tomorrow. Tomorrow's high is 37. We're looking at like 40-mile-an-hour winds off and on all day, and some rain and snow. Luckily, we won't have much snow, maybe an inch or so, but not too much to speak of compared to what we've had in spurts over the past couple weeks. And then on Saturday, we're looking up to 57, so we're just continuing on the upward slope of the roller coaster. But I'd rather be on the upward slope for the weekend than the downward slope,
Yes.
I guess.
And if I promise Saturday, that's the big event coming up, so you might need to wear a little jacket or something for 57-degree weather. Might not be ideal for strapless gowns.
Wear a cardigan.
Yes.
A party cardigan.
Yes. And if you have any questions about what cardigan to wear, you should talk to Eric, because
I don't know about that one. I just know the term party cardigan because I've heard it before.
just tweet him with a picture and say, "Does this look right?"
Odds are I'm not going to know the answer, so don't do that. Well, there you have it, Torrington. I'm Eric Starkey,
I'm Crystal Albers.
And I was Floyd Brandt.
and you've been watching Torrington Today.